I have to confirm with Mr. Barna, I feel, the same way after looking retrospectively at past budgets. I, looking at past details, past minutes from a decade ago, and seeing what was done in the township, where the money was spent, where it wasn't spent, seeing some of the emergent needs all over the township, people being denied basic services and rights for things such like sewage. It's very, very hard to contemplate how that decision making is going back then. I also want to, make a comment on all of the misinformation about the PAP and the ambulance service. I was there for the majority of some of the changes with the ambulance service, and it is a public document in the minutes that one of the ambulance service representatives came to the township, and this is in the minutes, and he stated for the record that they are leaving the township, and actually, we had noticed that for months and months, that there was nobody in the bays over there, no ambulance, there was a padlock on it. So we started to do some calls and questions on what's going on. And at that point, we were told, and someone came as a representative from the ambulance service, they got on public record, and they said there is not enough call volume to support an ambulance being centrally located in our township. And we have many questions. We question, well, was that talked about when the building was planned? And it's all in the minutes, and it's there for everyone to go and look at. But that needs to be cleared up, all this misinformation. Additionally, there wasn't a contract on file, and I can't remember the exact date, and I don't want to misquote it, but somewhere around 2017, it was brought to the board's attention that the fact that the ambulance company was occupying, or, supposed to be occupying space over at the $400,000 bay that was built, there was no legal agreement for occupying that space at all, ever done. For insurance reasons, the board was highly concerned that there needs to be an agreement in place, and that's when we worked with the Wet Law Office to draft an agreement. There was a request to the ambulance service from Union Township for a rental fee, and they did not want to pay that. We graciously accepted that, and we wrote this contract, I believe, for $1 a year. And sometime shortly thereafter, they left the ambulance, and they came into public comment and they explained why. That's how I remember it, and I believe we can support that with facts, and that's all I wanted to say.
First of all, I want to apologize for my outburst earlier. I'm calm. I do speak once in a while. Getting back to the ambulance service, I can remember Mr. Spar was on the board at the time, and there were some real discussions about that. Why, when, and why they were leaving. What I was led to believe and told me by some of the ambulance services, when that garage was built, they were supposed to have that garage rent-free as long as they provided service with the township. And they said that one of the supervisors went over there and says, we're going to start charging you rent for that building. That's one of the reasons they gave me, okay? Is that the true reason? I don't know. Secondly, with Mr. Barna's situation, I ask you people, if you've never been down there and seen what that man had to go through, you walk out of your house and you're walking on your neighbor's toilet paper at his waist in his yard. How would you feel? We did the same thing up on Mingo Circle. Am I correct? We had a tank up there. We had to pump it. And it, not only for the convenience, but for public safety. I mean, when I went down the following day after Mr. Barna come and addressed the board, I went down the following day with Sean from Harshman Engineering. I couldn't believe the stench. And they were digging a hole down there morning, I said, we put the swimming pool in now, you know, and there's a metal pipe down there, and it must have been put around the turn of the century, because I don't know when the last time they used rivets in metal piping, you know? And the stench was terrible. And I praise the engineers and this board for taking care of that problem, because that is a health hazard, any way you wanna cut it. And I asked, if that was in your backyard, and your neighbor's waste, if it's coming from somewhere, was coming in your yard, that you couldn't even walk into your driveway without walking on human waste, feces all over what would you do? You'd want it taken care of. So I have no problem with this costing to get that resolved. Unfortunately, we have a situation with Peter Creek Sanitary Authority. They wanna go right, we wanna go left.